Aside from Earl Anthony, who was in a league of his own, Parker Bohn III is arguably the next best left-handed bowler of all time. He owns 35 tour titles, which places him in 5th on the all-time list, and he had a very, very long career. The only tiny negative thing you could say about his career is that he probably should have won a lot more major titles. He only won 1 major in his prime and then won 2 further majors towards the end of his career. But as we shall see later in this video, he had quite a lot of misfortune during title matches and could have easily won more titles. So in this video, we're going to look at Parker's worst ever moments on TV, and we will start today's list with number 4, the 2013 Cheetah Championship.
We'll do it for the Pattern Championships here at the World Series. That one cuts around.
2-pin into the 610.
Open frame. Oh boy, big 4.
And there's the storyline for Parker Bohn III. It's the troubles on the left lane.
We start towards the end of Parker's career, where he was the 1 seed at the 2013 Cheetah Championship, and he would play Wes Malott for the title, but an open frame in the 5th put him in a pretty big hole, especially as Malott had the front 5. Bohn then left the big 4 in the 7th frame to basically end his hopes of winning the title. It's always difficult coming in as the 1 seed, but the left lane was Parker's nemesis in this match. Number 3, the 1996 Players' Championship.
On television. Not struggling too much today. Whoa! Hit it! Faked it! Les, Parker Bohn's our champion. One of the great clutch bowlers, Mike Albee. That's one! Parker did everything he could do. It wasn't enough. What a great champion. Mike Albee is...
Good super finish. That can make it work, huh?
Parker lost in 4 title matches at the Players' Championship, and this was the second one of those against Mike Albee. Both players were putting on a great showing, and it was a high-scoring match. Parker was working on 4 strikes and was down by 9 heading into the 10th frame, and to be fair, he did everything he possibly could and put in a very clutch performance, getting all 3 strikes in the 10th to force Albee to get a double in the 10th frame. Albee got the first strike, but his second shot was very fortunate as he tripped the 710 to capture the title. The final score was 259 to 268. I felt that to lose bowling a 259 game, especially with the fortunate break Albee got, meant that this was deserving of a place on this list. Number 2, the 1999 Players' Championship.
1999, and right now Marshall has to be the top choice for 1999 PBA Player of the Year. And could not have had a worse break to open up the match. A solid 7-10. This week, bounce it off the backboard. Here it comes. Doesn't quite knock out the 10 pin, but the kickbacks are very lively this week, Gary. Today as well. Parker's made 3 shots. He has not received 1 break yet. Before he won his Super Bowl, to validate this man's career, a major has got to happen. And that was his 3rd second-place finish in the Masters. Or you can go right between them. He's going to the right. Gets all but the 4-pin. And
now we jump ahead to the 1999 Players' Championship, and this was the 4th title match that he had lost at this event. Once again, he was the 1 seed and would face Steve Hoskins in the final, and it was a bad start for Parker with 2 opens in the first 4 frames. Meanwhile, Hoskins went strike spare and then 6 in a row to easily win this one, 246 to 183. It was another disappointing final for Parker in this event, and he just couldn't get lined up quickly enough to get himself into the match. However, I should mention that Parker did finally get some revenge for all of these title match losses when he finally won a Players' Championship title in 2015. Number 1. The 1998 Masters.
Right now, Mike Albee, 32 pins to the good over Parker Bohn III, who's bowling on lane 26, and Parker Bohn comes up with the strike.
It's 12.
Won the 1995 American Bowling Congress Masters here that year. And again, looking for his third, the first person ever to do that if he wins 3.
And there is the great break, the break that Norm Duke got last week when he made that bad shot and cut the deficit down to 11 pins. Really put himself back in this game, and it's a
solid 7.
Solid 7 pin for Parker that Mike Albee stole the strike on previously. And look at that. Now that's a brain cramp right there, folks. Should not have happened. Just wasn't thinking. Mark of the 9th, mark of the 10th. He's your champion. Ooh, bad shot. To get the ball to the right-hand side of that 6-pin. Slide it over into the 7. Does he cut it enough? Look at that, folks. There's the championship winning shot.
Finally, we come to the 1998 Masters, and 2 years after their Players' Championship matchup, Bohn and Albee would face off again. It was a bad start for Parker with 2 big splits to open the match, and then he left the bucket, which he did spare, but he did rally after this with 4 in a row, but then left a 7-pin in the 8th, which he missed. Just to add some salt into the wound, he struck the frame after, but now the advantage was firmly with Albee, who would win with 2 closed frames. His 9th shot went high and he left the 6-7, but made the conversion, and talk about a championship winning shot. Although of course he would still need a mark in the 10th too, and while he did make a little bit hard work of it leaving the 2-4, he managed to make the spare. You could say Albee did deserve to win after picking up that split, but the 7-pin miss from Parker essentially cost him the title here. And there we have it. Those were what I thought were Parker Bohn III's worst ever moments on TV. And perhaps you feel there should have been some other moments that could have made this list. You can, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and let me know if there are any other players you'd like me to do a worst or indeed a best moments video for. If you have enjoyed what you've seen here today, I would really appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button below. That's going to do it from me for today, and as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.